Day 3 of Iowa deer season. Just got out here. Hopefully we'll see something. If nothing else, at least we can say we saw some eagles out of the marsh, or I did since Robbie's at work today. So we'll see how the day goes, I guess. Haven't even made it that far down the hill and I already saw a couple, but I didn't get a chance to shoot. Tried to ditch my pack and stock up on them, but they spooked before I even got my pack fully off. Oh well, nature of prairies, I guess. Don't know if you can really see it, but I just spooked up 2 more again. No chance of a shot, no matter how much I tried making little somewhat noises to get their attention. I couldn't get it long enough. And the only time was when they were just around that little bit of a hill right on over there. And all I could see was head. So I really didn't have anything to shoot at. Don't know if you can really see it, but I just spooked up 2 more again. No chance of a shot, no matter how much I tried making little somewhat noises to get their attention. I couldn't get it long enough. And the only time was when they were just around that little bit of a hill right on over there. And all I could see was head. So I really didn't have anything to shoot at. Well, it's 4:30. Seen a few, but haven't had any shot opportunities. Had a couple like 10 minutes ago, about 400 yards out that way. They weren't interested in coming any closer. And then along that heavy brush back there, some walked by, but before I could get my gun, they got into the heavier brush. Didn't notice me though, so that was nice. Just I was looking in the wrong area at the wrong time. Just past shooting light. Came here for a little bit of B-roll. And a fucking deer spooks up. Fuck you, bastard. I can't shoot you now. Shooting light ended like 4 minutes ago. Just put my shit away as well. Didn't see anything until that fucker after leaving the blind. Saw a couple of other hunters out here. Don't know. That seems like they're just getting back to their vehicles. But, oh well, I guess come back out tomorrow and hope for some deer. Still got 2 days left in the season. And then we got the next season.
Day 4, Iowa deer season. Greg went out yesterday, didn't get anything. So we're gonna go back at it again this morning. Kind of coming out later in the day. It's about, I don't know, maybe 10-ish. I didn't want to wake up early. Worked a 12-hour shift. I was like, don't really want to wake up. So we just waited. It's a pretty foggy morning. So basically, if we can see them, they should be in range to shoot, if we're being honest, because we can't see super far. So we're going to go sit in the blind for a couple hours, maybe till noon, 12:30-ish. Head back, eat some lunch, relax for a little bit, and then probably come back out for the evening. So we'll see how it goes. Okay. All right, well, it's 10:37. We just got out here. We spooked a doe up maybe 500 yards from the blind. It's not actually that cold. There's a slight breeze coming in and out, but we'll see. We might stay out until the rest of the day. We might not. We'll see how it goes. So we'll check back with you if something eventful happens or we get bored.
11:47. We decided to not sit there the whole day. The wind was getting kind of shitty, and we gotta go home and help take care of the dogs because Mom's not feeling that great today. So we're gonna go home, take care of the dogs, give them some attention, probably eat some lunch, and leave 1:30, 2 o'clock-ish, come back out. Greg's gonna sit in a different spot where we've been seeing the deer from our blind. He's gonna sit right where they've been coming in at, and I'm gonna stay in the big blind this afternoon. So chances should be a little higher we get something, but we'll find out.
It is 2:07.
We just got back out to the parking spot. We're gonna head out. I'm gonna sit in the normal blind. Greg's gonna sit in the little one-person one he made for himself. So we'll head up here, check the overlook just to see if there's anything, and maybe throw a lead down there, and if we can. If not, we'll just start walking down the hill. But after seeing that one buck at one time, I always like to come over and check just to see, because you never know, they could be 5 yards down the hill not realizing it. Yeah, even though I'm talking at a normal town. So we'll see what happens. It's also nice to come out here and see if there's any eagles. We've seen at least one eagle every day we've been out here. So
Yeah, I thought too when I came over here yesterday.
yeah, Greg's like, yes, there's a there's a rooster. There's a lot of roosters out here too. We're gonna come back out here for pheasant season, so. Out where?
He's out on the trail.
Out where?
Back there.
Oh, then I don't give a fuck.
He's back by the marsh.
Yeah, so we're gonna get going. So, yeah, I don't know where the fuck he parked at.
Yeah, that's why I was fucking confused.
Yeah, all right, well, buddy, we're going up the hill, so you stay out of there. He looks like a pheasant hunter, though, so, you know, we'll find out.
I did see it going.
Yeah, I saw it, but, you know, public land, he'll probably see us going up that way and not worry about it, so check back with you when I get to the blind. Okay, so we just made it up to our spots. I'm in the big blind that we've always been in. Greg usually sits right over here. So I'm gonna I can see pretty much what Greg can see pretty well from my spot, so I shouldn't have to move. But if it gets pretty breezy, you know, I have a blanket for a windbreak, but sometimes it can get pretty windy in my spot. So if it does, I'll swing over to his spot to, you know, stay warm longer. Usually the deer will be right out in front of me come 4-ish. So Greg is like dead ahead of me type thing. I'll show you in a minute. But Greg's kind of dead ahead of me, but down the hill, down in the valley. So even if I shoot over there, he's A, out of range from me, and B, he's got a hill. So anything I shoot that way will go a few, probably a dozen feet over his head anyway. So perfectly safe. But yeah, so we're gonna sit here thinking we're gonna stay until about 4:30ish, probably 4:30, just to be out here as long as we can. The other hunter, no idea if he's gonna try and come up here and ruin our hunt or anything. Greg will know before I do. We walked along a trail. He kind of cut through some of the prairie to try. I looked like he was trying to follow us or something, but he kind of stopped there for a while. By the time we got to the top of the hill, he was still standing there. So not really sure what Buddy was doing. Not sure if he was deer hunting or pheasant hunting. His vehicle was nowhere to be found. So I don't know if he was in the other parking area. It's like a mile or two behind me, and then another mile or two, probably 2 miles to the east of me right now. So, or if he came from the private property on the other side of the oxbow, but pretty sure he's staying in the oxbow. It looked more like he was bird hunting than deer hunting though, so hopefully he's bird hunting and stays out of here, because we don't want him to spook any deer up, and we just don't want to ruin his hunt either. So you know, is what it is. We'll find out how the day goes, but hopefully we can get a deer down today. Otherwise, last day of first gun season is tomorrow, and then we'll get a couple days in next week, hopefully, depending on our overtime schedules, because we work all weekend next week. So hopefully we can get some meat in the freezer today. So if you're wondering what our blind looks like, I'll give you guys a little look. It's just a brush pile, so nothing special. So this is Greg's view right here. We got a bucket in here. Greg usually puts this up and over this as kind of a rest. He's got his stump, piss hole. Walk over here through all this crap.
Greg is actually right down here through these trees, on the other side of those trees over there, and down. He's down a good bit too from where I'm at, so I've been sitting here most of the day, as you could tell by my stuff being here. This is where Greg sat yesterday while I was gone, but I just came over to take a leak and figured why not show some stuff. But this is Greg's spot. There's actually a trail right down there that they like to come out of. All along the edge is a completely cut trail for hikers to hike when it's not hunting season. It is a closed park during hunting season, so, but that's our hunting setup that we've been using the last couple days. Greg made a little one-man brush pile spot. That's where he's at right now. But yeah, thought you guys might enjoy that. All right, so the glories of freaking hunting. I should say the glories of muzzleloader hunting. I just had a bad primer in my gun that cost me a 30-yard perfect broadside shot on a nice doe. So I was just sitting here about to grab a cup of hot chocolate, and I don't know what happened. I don't know if something spooked the deer. With Greg being down there, his scent's blowing towards me. I don't know if they were between us and they caught his scent and they were running. They were kind of running in his direction, so I don't think that's it. But I had 4 does ripped through here, and a buck, and the buck was chasing him. So I think he's a little late on his rut still, so I think he's still trying to chase does, but not 100% sure. All I know is I had about maybe an 8 point or so come run through here chasing 4 does, and came ripping right through here. 2 of the does went up and then came back around. 3rd doe came up straight, and then the last doe came up and went right in here and gave me a perfect broadside shot. I have no idea. And then the buck came running in through there too. I have no idea where the buck went after that. I think he got lost somewhere in this brush pile from me. I pulled up. I was hoping they were gonna come over here because I got the rest, but she didn't. She just came right in there, gave me a perfect broadside shot, and I pulled the hammer back and pulled the trigger, and it went click like a cap gun. So I had a bad primer. They had no idea it was here because I was making plenty of ruckus trying to get my other primer out, and they just kind of nonchalantly walked away. So I don't know if something in the valley spooked them or if it was just that buck chasing the does, but that was about 3:30. It's about 3:45-ish now. Usually we've been seeing the majority of these deer at between 4:15 and 4:30. So we got time. The sun's still up, so we'll be able to see them really easily. It's not cloudy. It's nice and warm today. Not too warm, not too cold. So, we still got a good chance that they come back or some more deer come in here because they had no idea I was here. So, fingers crossed that they come back and I can actually get a good shot. But, it's kind of frustrating, but at the same time, it's called hunting, not killing. You have things that come in your way. Said something about that on Facebook a couple minutes ago, and one of the older guys I know, he commented, "You're young, you'll have a lot more frustrating stuff, but just keep waiting, keep your head up, and see what happens." So, like he said, at least we're seeing him. He didn't see anything back in Illinois last week or this past weekend. So, that's the advantage of where I'm hunting compared to where most of my friends are hunting. They haven't seen jack shit, or they've seen them way out of range. I've had plenty of come in range. I've taken 3 shots. 2 have been clean misses. 1, unfortunately, was a leg shot, but that doe was doing just fine, I'm sure. She kept running away, but, find out how the rest of the day goes. We'll check back with you if something more interesting happens, or check back with you in the truck. We'll find out.
All right, so back at the truck. Didn't see anything after at my spot. That was it. Nothing else came through. Greg saw a spike. A, didn't get a shot on it. B, wasn't very big. We don't really shoot spikes either. We usually try and let them grow because we don't care about antlers, but we do care about meat, and they ain't very big when they're spikes. Unless they have health problems. Then if they're a big guy but a spike, we'll drop them because we want them genes gone. But anyways, we came back up. We went down around through the oxbow and came up to a private field, but I met the private field owner's father. Seemed like a nice guy. He seemed like his son would be pretty cool if I shot on his field. You know, I asked. He said he shouldn't have a problem with it. But so if I would have had the chance, it was 1 minute before shooting light because I had my alarm set for shooting light's end. But she saw me right as I came up at the top of the hill, so she ran off of his field. So I wasn't gonna shoot. But it is what it is. We got 1 day left. We got tomorrow, and then won't come back out till sometime next week because we won't be able to this weekend. But the nice thing is we've seen deer every single day, so we know they're out here. It's just not missing shots, not having bad primers, and just actually getting shots because there's been a few times that we haven't gotten a chance to shoot. But it is what it is.
Wasn't a bad primer. There was oil in your breech plug.
So we had oil in my breech plug, actually. That's why it fucked up. So you live and you learn, you know, young. So I got a long time left to get a lot of deer in my life, but it's still annoying. But it is called hunting, not killing. It's part of it. So we're gonna head home, get some food, chill out, relax, get stuff ready for tomorrow, because we're gonna come back out here before shooting light. We're gonna be out here early morning to try and get something in the morning, and then if we don't tag out in the morning, we'll be back in the afternoon to try and get one for the last day of Iowa first season 2020. So find out what happens tomorrow.